Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. It's your girl Seeker in the house. Happy Sunday to everybody. And I'm so excited as always to be here. Spend a few minutes with the people that I love the most here on social media and hope that there are some lessons that you, me, everybody can learn from experiences in life. So good morning to everyone. One of the biggest things that I've come to find out of this life is that people only appreciate things that they have been through the mill to get. If you struggle so hard before you are able to attain something, achieve something, you are more likely to see the usefulness of what you have than if you just were there and it just fell on your lap on a silver platter. You didn't have to struggle to get it. It just got handed down to you. Sometimes by virtue of the fact that you come from a particular family that are well-to-do or that are well-off, or by virtue of the fact that you at some point got to know somebody. But unless all of these things are in place, we humans don't tend to appreciate things that are just handed down to us unless we paid some kind of a price in order to get the said thing. I'll give an example. If your parents, don't allow you to pay tuition fees and you just go through life and everything is paid for you and you end up with a degree, you don't see the value of what you have, like the sacrifice that some people had to make in order for you to become that somebody. You don't tend to cherish that thing. Good morning, Nana. Mr. Singh, how are you doing? Good morning. I hope you guys are doing good. Some guys don't tend to appreciate their wives that are at home, cook for them, clean for them, take care of the children, make sure that everything is working how it should in the home. They're rather happier chasing that girl in skirts that gives them so much grief, gives them attitude, doesn't pick their calls for 3-4 days. Yeah, people have more value for that side chick that is stressing them out more than the wife that they have at home, who is there morning, night, afternoon, everything, making sure that their homes are working. Similarly, some ladies don't appreciate the men they have in their lives because, they don't struggle to get anything. When they ask for something, it's done. But they rather want that one that is out there, that doesn't answer his phone. They call them for days, no answer. They appreciate that more than they do the person that is there wanting to literally die for you to make sure that you get what you want. And that is how human beings are naturally wired to be. We come here every day. We talk about life lessons and all kinds of things. A lot of people don't appreciate that until now. Seeker is not online anymore. I don't talk about these things online anymore. Maybe there's a paid course that you have to do. You have to pay some money in order to hear me speak. People place more value on those things than the free advice the Seeker is now here offering online. Because they didn't have to do anything. They just have a phone. They just go on Facebook and that girl called Seeker is out there talking like she's got nothing better to do with her time. That is how human beings, that's how we tend to behave. You're at home. You have everything laid down for you because the people that, you're related to, they love you so much. They know how horrible life is out there. And they're trying to do everything to give you a good footing in life, to allow you to be somebody. But yeah, that's not good enough for you because you didn't struggle to get it. There's some people today, they were born in Canada, born in America, born wherever, by virtue of their birth. they've become a native or a citizen of that particular land, be it the UK, Germany, France, whatever. Don't really seem to see the goodness, like appreciate how good God has been in your life for all the blessings that he's bestowed on you, because you didn't struggle to get it, right? But somebody else has had to go through school to become a student of that same place that you don't seem to see, the value of so much. Maybe go to school for 5 years to now finish and now have a temporary visa to work for a year, which is renewable every single year for 5 years before they become permanent residents, and then a whole other long process to naturalize. Those people tend to cherish what they have a lot more. Why? Because they struggled to get what they have today. Maybe you're listening to me today. You're 50, you're 45. You want to have children so bad. You've done everything. You've prayed, you've fasted, you've done everything. It's not happening. You've done all the medical things. It's just not happening. Somebody that just met that guy yesterday and now they're pregnant doesn't see, the how important or how to appreciate those children that they just have, just like that, because it just comes naturally. All they need to get is a sperm and they're pregnant. Yet there's somebody else in another place. They've been married to their spouse for 10, 15, 20 years. They're just praying for that one child and it's not happening. When they finally have that bundle of joy in their hands, they appreciate it because they know the price that they've had to pay in order to have the said thing. You're a guy, you're listening to me today. Every time you can get any woman you want, you always have somebody warm in your bed. And so you don't even see the value of women. After all, what is a woman? If this one goes today, before nighttime, there's somebody else in my bed, so I don't care. No appreciation for what that person is bringing into your life. There's some other guy, that woman that you think nothing of, you think is nobody, Mrs. Nobody. You treat her anyhow. Somebody else, that is their prayer point. They're praying that they would find that somebody that they can cherish, and they don't have it. Finally, when they meet that woman that you didn't want, that you thought was nothing, was trash, and they cherish that person, they take care of that person. They value what they have because they suffered so hard to get the said thing. Appreciation in this life is everything. And if you're somebody that goes through life that doesn't learn to appreciate, no matter how minute that thing is in your life, the little that you have, you lose it. Today, there's so many people who, don't even understand why their life is not going right, because they have everything it takes to succeed. But the big question is, do you remember that maybe sometime in your life, somebody, sacrificed everything for you and you took them for granted? You didn't appreciate what you had. You didn't think they were anybody. And now that you've lost everything and now you're struggling, maybe now you wish that that person was in your life. There are two stories I will talk about today. One about a guy, one about a lady. There was this woman who started off life. She went to school and everything, and she wasn't really the academic type. And so, she fell out at an early age and decided that she was entrepreneurial. So she was going to be an entrepreneur that goes from, one country to another, bring goods from that other country, come sell it, take her money, go back. And she was doing well with it. She started very early as a teenager because academics was not her thing. So she did that for years. She became quite successful earlier on in life. Then she meets this guy. He is very academic, very brilliant with his brain, but no money. The parents were the poorest of the poor. she fell in love with this guy and thought, oh, I want to help this girl to become I want to help this guy to become somebody. So with all the profits that she was making from her business, she was investing it in this guy. She had a bright future all mapped out in her head that, when I struggle with this man, when he becomes successful, then we can enjoy it together. She would buy provisions, Milo, Cerelac, all kinds of things for this guy whilst he was in university. She would cook food. Every weekend she was going to visit the guy. When the guy was in the first year, he was from a bad home. So yeah, he was enjoying all of these things. He made it from first year to second year, third year, final year. This woman never stopped. She kept going day in, day out, week in, week out, looking after this guy. But when this guy got to the final year, all of a sudden, his eyes are now open. One day he told the woman that, I don't think you're my class. I'm in school with all these educated women, rubbing shoulders with all these educated women. I don't think you're my class. You haven't been to school. You don't even have a certificate to your name. You're not my class. I'm a first class student. I go to school and rub shoulders with the creme de la creme. So you're not that. And he broke up with this woman and she was so heartbroken. On top of that, she found out that she was even pregnant for him on top of it. And this guy left. He left. Hello, Uncle Ray. How are you? Good morning to everybody. God will make a way. How are you, Sister Sharon? Good morning to everyone. This woman was so distraught, so heartbroken from all of this thing that she went through. She went away, had her child, struggled by herself, single mother, all of that. And this guy moves on with his life. He never in his wildest dreams thought that this woman would be somebody one day. And there's so many guys who do the same thing or have done the same thing. You got married early, You were still forming. You weren't even done yet. Your wife went to worked hard so that you could be somebody. You could finish your master's. You could finish your whatever, doctorate, become a doctor, whatever it was. Your wife supported you for years. Now that you've gotten the certification, you are able to afford whatever vehicle you want. You have houses. You have all these things to your name. You've forgotten that woman that was there for you when you were nothing. Look at Ndibie, the Ndibies, Tubaba and Annie. Look at them. Annie was by that guy's side in his teens when nobody knew who he was. Who knew Two-Face at that time? Nobody knew him. But by the time he finally realized that Annie deserved anything, any recognition, he'd already had 5 children with 3 different women. Annie's first daughter is Two-Face's 6th child. And that's how a lot of blokes behave. That's not to say there aren't equally bad women too. There's some women that are evil too. Come from bad homes, your parents don't have no money, you meet this guy, he will sacrifice everything for you, even send you abroad. Now that you've had your degree, you can talk like a parrot like the Brits, the Americans, the Canadians do. You've forgotten that that person invested in you to make you somebody. You don't want them anymore because your status has changed. Your taste has changed. But it's funny how your taste doesn't change when a person is making that sacrifice for you. The taste only changes after the sacrifice has been made. And many of us are paying prices that are so hefty because you hurt somebody so bad. They gave everything for you and you didn't even appreciate it. You trample all over them. You treat them like crap because, you are now somebody. And there's a price to pay for all of those things. I see it so much in romantic, so-called romantic relationships of all kinds, both men and women. You meet somebody, they are down, they are nothing. You pick them up and clean them up and make them somebody, and now they're ready to pounce on you and eat you up alive. And so now the advice is this, is that I'm not saying don't do good for people or don't do good to people. Don't be good to people. Don't sacrifice for people. But do things with no strings attached. Because it is when you have expectations of people that you put yourself in a place for those people to hurt you. As I'm sat here right now, if I meet somebody and they need my help and I am able to do it, I will help them from afar, no strings attached. If I can see that, no, this person has promise, they have a future, they can be somebody, they need to go to school, maybe God wants to use me to be a blessing to their life, I will bless them from a distance. Not because I'm in love with them, not because I want to be with them. I want to help him and polish him so I can marry him, because 99% of the time, it ends in tears. Sympathy marriage ends in tears. Sympathy relationship ends in tears. Invest in your own self. Because oftentimes, people help other people to their own detriment. My second story, and it was even on social media. A young woman, she was trading. I think she was in the army or the navy or something. And then this guy comes along. Every little money she had, she was pumping it into this guy, sent him to the army. He became somebody, investing degrees upon degrees. Meanwhile, she didn't have a degree herself. Nothing. But she was pumping it in the guy, thinking that, only for her to find out years later that this guy has a whole different family somewhere else. And actually, after having 2 children with that somebody else, he was now going to marry that somebody from the investment that this girl had made. Now she's crying foul, shouting and screaming and cursing and doing all kinds of voodoo stuff because she's hurt. There's so many people that are ungrateful people, biting the hands that fed them. Men, women, they all do it. You enter a family, marry into a family, and your wife's family take you on as part of their family. You are now our son, the son that we never had. You're looking for money to go and do a law degree. Your in-laws are pumping money into you, paying your, exam fee, this, that. Even being the ones to give you opportunity to travel abroad. And then now that you've become somebody, they are like spitting. You know when you chew stick and you spit the stuff that comes out of it out? Yes. They've now become that to you, that you belittle them and you talk to them anyhow because you didn't really see the value of what they did for you at that time. Maybe you're talking to me today. You're listening to me today. You're there and you met this guy or you met this woman and she was almost down and out. You even donated your kidney to save their life. Now that they have their life, they don't. You're not good enough for them anymore. You're not their class. You're not good enough. You paid somebody's medical bill to keep them alive today. Those people turn around and tell you, what is it? If I owe you money, is it the end of the world? What is it? Can't I eat? Can't I breathe? Why? If I owe you, so what? But when those people needed things, they were down and out. I've had that experience over and over, and it's got nothing to even do with romance, but just literally people that you meet in life and you're like, no, I just need to help this person. And then after you've done that, they bite your hand where it will hurt. Smear all kinds of rubbish about you after you've helped the people. I know there's so many people that are watching me this morning that can relate to what I'm saying, and you've been through that experience. Sometimes it's family, and it hurts even more when it's blood relatives that do that to you. But it's life, and people will do that, because when you haven't struggled to have something, and all you do is pick up a phone and somebody sends you dollars right away because you called them to say you were in SOS need, and so they sent you the money. How would you appreciate it when every time you make a call, within 10 minutes, your phone beeps and 2,000 Ghana cedis on your wallet? How would you appreciate anything? Because you didn't struggle to get it. You just picked up a phone and then it came. That is how we humans, especially we Africans, that's how we behave. We bite the hands that feed us. And then later on in life, when you're struggling, you don't understand that life is a boomerang. What goes around comes around. And karma is real and it's alive and it has breath on this earth. And so when you do good to people, you reap that. When you do bad, you reap it also. So if you're listening to me and you're one of those people that thinks it's okay to take advantage of people, you better sit up. Because the price that you pay sometimes is a very hefty price. You may not pay it today. You may not pay it tomorrow. You won't pay it 5, 10, 15 years from now. But I guarantee you with everything that you're going to pay that price. Some people are paying it later on in life. And that's the worst time, because now you're too weak to even do anything. But that's when life has decided there is payback time. So you need to be very careful. Especially with romantic relationships. If you know you don't want somebody, don't go and lie to them or that you want them just because of what you seek to benefit out of it. Don't do that. Because maybe that child that you are not having, that womb that is not opening, is because of something bad that you did to somebody. Maybe that financial breakthrough that you're today not getting, that job that you have been seeking for years and nothing is happening. It's like God has shut his ears. He's not listening to your prayers. It's because of you yourself, the bad things that you're doing that you're paying a price for. So don't take advantage of people. If you don't feel it, tell them, I don't want you. And if because I don't want you, you're not going to help me, okay, go, be done. Don't take advantage of people and use them. Use their kindness. Weaponize their kindness as a tool against them because you pay the price for it. You will. And I, more than anybody else, wants instant justice because I try. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I try not to offend anyone. My conscience does not allow me to hurt people knowingly. And even unknowingly, as soon as my attention is brought to it, I'll do anything to make it right. I don't want to be held in any kind of contention with anybody because I understand how the universe works. Now, for you as the person that is being taken advantage of, every time you try to be kind to somebody, it ends up being, something that becomes a bad thing. You also need to sit up. Because you can't be taken advantage of today, yesterday, last week, next year, and you keep on doing the same things. A few days ago, we talked about change. It always has to happen. You always have to do, an introspection and think about it. What is it that I keep on doing time after time after time and keep getting the same bad results? What has to change? Kind people always are the ones that are taken advantage of. You know why? Because kind people go into whatever action they're taking with all of themselves. Kind people are generally very selfless people. They do everything. Hello, Lucy, darling. How are you? And they put themselves in there. They put their soul. They invest everything into whatever they're doing. They're the ones that get hurt the most. Please. You better learn sense, because otherwise, people will keep on taking advantage after advantage after advantage over you and keep doing things that hurt. So if you don't want to be used, you need to set boundaries around being kind to people. You are there paying for people to get degree and all kinds of things and set up their own businesses. Do you have a business? You yourself, do you have a business of your own? Like, is there an extra source of income? Or you think that you have an oasis of income, so, you're okay. So you just keep on being kind to people who keep using you and hurting you. Because there's no blessing in any kind of gift that you give to people that gets weaponized to hurt you. There's nothing that comes out of that but hurt. So you have to set boundaries so that you don't put yourself in that place to be hurt by anyone. It's just plain and simple. Don't allow yourself to be taken advantage of time after time after time after, and then turn around and blame anybody for that. Learn the lessons. There's this guy that I met on one of my trips to Ghana a few years back. We're probably talking a decade and a half now. This guy told me he wanted to take his life because, he was doing work and pay for somebody. He had a car that he was driving, and somebody had bought the car for him, and he had to work to pay the person back. And the person was squeezing his neck. I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to take my life. Oh my God, woe is me, blah, blah, blah. Taking life, that word, that is a very big trigger word for me. So as soon as I heard it, I'm like, no. Don't worry. I'll help you out. I'll do whatever I have to do to help out. I took this guy to my house and I introduced him to my whole family. You guys, you've got to help him. You need to patronize his service. If you ever need anybody to help you with this guy is available. He'll help. In the end, one of my parents got involved, lent him money to pay off that person. And then after doing that, now the person he owed was that parent. He had to pay that parent back bit by bit. No pressure. Just take your time, but make sure this is what we've agreed. Every single month, pay this amount. Oh no. After about 6 months of meeting him, now he's comfortable. My mom has solved the problem. Now he's okay and everything is going well. He's now realized he's somebody. This guy will call me from Ghana to the UK and be talking to me as if, I'm a piece of trash to him. The same person that was almost dying. Now that he's got a place to stand and remember that he's actually a human being. Yeah, he's forgotten who he was, where I met him at. And this is one of thousands of stories. If I want to go into stories, we'll be here all day. But I'm saying this to say, the evil that men do, it lives after them. Be kind to people, but use this, because it's there for a reason. You can't just open yourself up to be taken advantage of time after time after time, and then not learn any lesson out of the whole thing. And I'm not saying be mean. Kind people are kind people. That's how God has made you. You can't do nothing about that, your kindness. But protect that gift that God has given you. Ask for discernment. God, you've given me this gift of kindness. Who am I supposed to be kind to? Should I just open myself up to everybody and just be kind to everybody willy-nilly? No. Ask God to open your eyes so you can see who you're being kind to. before you open up that heart to be hurt by somebody. Because some people are wolves in sheep clothing. That's just God's honest truth. Some people, they are wolves in sheep clothing. Open your eyes so that you can see what you're doing. And allow God to speak to you. Sometimes you want to do something and all of a sudden you're overcome with this strong feeling that you can't place any, you don't even understand what is happening. That is your cue to pause. Why is it that I want to be kind to this person, but all of a sudden I'm feeling like I shouldn't do it? I'm not saying don't do it, but at least pause. What is this? This thing that I'm feeling, what is that? Ask God about it. And trust me, something will happen that would explain to you why you felt that way. But a lot of us, God tells us things all the time. We don't listen. We don't heed advice. We don't heed caution. Oh, but he said I should be kind, so I just being kind to everybody. For those of you who are spiritual, do you know that sometimes people just pretend that they need something so that you can use your money because they need something that they can use as a tool to come and hurt you? Do you know that? So you think you're just being kind to people, but that person is looking for, something from your hand, especially money. So they can weaponize that and use it as a tool against you. Be very careful in this dispensation because the wickedness of this world and human beings is beyond anything you can think of in this life. Don't be fooled by people's calmness, people's gentility, the teeth that they show you, how kind they are, or anything like that. It is all a ploy to woo you. After all, if I'm scary, you're not going to watch me. If I put any filter on right now and I have Dracula teeth, would you watch my video? You probably wouldn't. You're watching me today because at least I look like a human being. It's why you're here watching. So please, I'm begging you, you need to protect yourself because ain't nobody going to do that for you but you. Look after yourself. Stand up for yourself. Look after yourself. And live out the life and the destiny that God had for you. And be able to accomplish everything that God designed you to accomplish. Because there's always an assignment. There's something that you have been brought here to do. If you don't know it, ask. But there is something that you weren't just brought here to just exist, to just be kind, for people to take advantage of you. No. There is a plan and there is a purpose for your life. Find out what that purpose is from the person that made you, the creator of the universe. Don't go for anybody to go and be lying to you about anything. Ask him yourself. God, what did you bring me here for? What's my use? What would you have me do? Speak to me, I'm listening. And trust me, he will. Look after yourself. Protect your gift of kindness. Protect your heart. And last but not the least, if you're going to be good to somebody and you're going to give things to people, give it, but don't attach no emotion to it. Because when you do that and they turn on you, it hurts more than anything. Be kind to the right people. But don't attach emotion. If it's money, 10,000, 200, whatever, once you've given it, take your mind off it. It's like it's lost money. If the people come and thank you later, farewell and good. If they don't come, you did what God asked you to do, and that's just the end of the story. I love you guys so much. Like, it's an amazing Sunday. I hope this word was for somebody. Please, I beg you, share this video. This platform is too small. We need to make it bigger. We need new family members. And there's only you that can help to make that happen. And so please, help me expand this coast and let other people come and see what we're talking about here. God bless you. I love you. You're amazing. Have a great week ahead. May everything you touch be successful. Something that is tangible that you can multiply. And take great care of yourself. Oh, thank you so much. God will make a way soon. I don't know what is happening to me these days, but God is doing something amazing. And I am just following. He talks, I listen. That's it. That's what I'm saying this morning. Have an amazing Sunday. God bless you. Take care of you. Stay beautiful and handsome. And look after yourself. Take care. Mwah. Bye.